Hi, I'm Peggy with Headshots by Peggy Presents, and I'm here with Emily Churchill, and this is going to be awesome.
Oh, I'm gonna knock on wood. Is that yes? It's gonna be awesome.
Emily, you always have so much amazing things to say. So I don't even know how to introduce you because A, you're an actor, and an amazing actor at that. And B, you're like a badass tax lady. So tell us like you introduce yourself with all of your letters that go behind your name.
That's funny. Oh, the letters. Well, yes, I'm an actor. I've been an actor for a long time, in the union and whatnot. And I moved to LA, and I was brought into the world of taxes and like helping actors and entertainers with taxes. And so I've been doing that for about 10 years. And it's helpful because not only do I know the industry on the other side, but now I know the tax industry too. So combining that is what I think is really beneficial to the industry in general. I'm an enrolled agent with the IRS, which sounds very cool. My husband likes to say I'm a special agent.
Yeah. It sounds like you have like a black suit and sunglasses and like a little like pen or something. Like it sounds really cool.
I mean, I guess it is cool. I mean, I took a lot of tests and studying, but it's very funny. I'm not a secret agent. I kind of wish I was. I feel like that would be cooler. But no, it just gives me more authority in the IRS so that I can help, clients and whatnot when need be. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
So I think we talk about this a lot. Actors sometimes forget that they are actually a business.
Yes.
And they just think, well, I just need to focus on my craft and I need to focus on this. And as history has shown us, lots of actors that hit it big end up in really, really, really big trouble, and sometimes even serving time in jail because they don't think of their business and taxes. And taxes are scary for the average person, let alone an actor, because the way an actor gets money is so different than the way most people get their money. And so, I mean, some actors have 30, 40 W-2s. Some actors have there's like all the things that are just overwhelming. And if you just go to, I don't want to say any, but just like, your average
Joe Schmo. I usually say Joe Schmo.
Tax
Joanne.
prepare. Then, and they have no idea what you can claim, how to do your taxes, how you can have W-2s and also claim, things. It's overwhelming. So it's really important for actors to get this part of their life in order. And so that's why I wanted to have you on here, is to talk about taxes, but also about acting. And before we turned on the record, we were just chatting, and I was like, wait, this is a good conversation. Let's chat in front of everyone so they can enjoy our conversation. But tell us about what's been going on during the pandemic. Like, how is you? There you go.
How is you? I like that.
How are you? You like that? You like that? It's my English. I went to high school in the Midwest, but we'll leave that.
Oh, honey, that's a whole nother conversation. Oh, that's funny.
Oh my God. Anyway, so yes, so tell us like what's going on, like what changes are you seeing, and then we'll talk about COVID and taxes.
Yeah. I mean, acting wise, and I know everyone's experienced this, but just shifting from mainly, going in to now doing virtual self-tape a lot more, which, we were going there anyway. It's kind of like the pandemic just pushed us further there. And then being on set, and I'm sure you know all about this, especially with Merrick, but like having to test 3 times before you go on set for, that one day or however many, testing every day, which is great. I'm not saying that we shouldn't. It was just, it's a lot more that we're having to deal with than we did before. So I think, navigating that, and I think being okay with knowing, okay, everyone is dealing with this. So let's just take a deep breath. Let's get the test. We're going to be okay, But yeah, I mean, that coincides, with the differences in taxes. And it's interesting that you say this, because so 19, we were filing tax returns in 2020 for 19. Okay. So starting then, it's created a shit show. Excuse my language, but let's just talk serious here. So 2020 was difficult. 2021 was also more difficult because they passed laws in March and we have to file corporates in March and personals in April and May for last year. But not only that, 2021. So we'll be doing 2021 soon. I'm going to be honest. I think most of us tax preparers are like, oh God, what else is going to happen? So we kind of are prepared now that it's going to be more difficult than, before 19, tax wise. And we just kind of, at least for me, know all the stuff I need to know. And hopefully that is helpful, not only with me, but my clients. Knock on wood.
Yeah, a lot of people took a lot of loss. Some people were actually eligible for unemployment. Like there's all these different things that have happened in the last, 22, 21 months now. And it's overwhelming. So
it is.
We are glad that we have people like you that and you've been doing some amazing things to help actors. Do you want to talk about the stuff that you've got going, the workshops and all the other things that you've got going?
Oh gosh, I would love to. I mean, the main thing, and I was telling you, is I created a course, and it's interesting because of course, I do a little market research, as they say. And I was like, oh gosh, all these tax courses are so boring and so dry. Right? You're like, oh, honey, we're already in a subject that's just awful for most people. So let's bring a little levity to it. And so I created a course called Brass Tax Lady. And you can, I'll send, actually, I'm going to give you a discount link so that people watching this can get the discount for 30 days. So make sure you do that. But basically, I just go through the basics because I feel like a lot of people don't even know the basics. And I think you got to start somewhere. And so all my workshops that I do, I put into this course. And so I hope that it reaches more people than what I personally can reach. Does that make sense? I think.
Absolutely does. That's one thing that COVID did for me. I didn't realize that I did consultation because I always consult my clients in the studio, but I didn't realize that that's something I could do separately to help people, even if I wasn't taking their headshots, or to get them prepared so that when they came to the studio, like all the stuff I'd usually do, like while we were one-on-one, have that all done. So when they get there, we're ready to just rock and roll and get it done. So I think that the courses are vital. And I think that the fact that you are fun to watch and talk to anyway, like you are the only person I know that can make taxes fun. And the other thing I want to talk to people about is I know that I was always, I guess embarrassed would be the word. Like I felt like I should know more than I know. And it's like, well, I've been in business for a lot of years, so I'm kind of embarrassed at this point to ask a question about business taxes, thinking that it's going to be like, well, what have you been doing? Like, how do you not know that? But I have never, ever felt like that with you. And I think when Merrick and I first, sit down with you, I don't know, 3-4 years ago now, I was super nervous. And like Merrick and I probably like got into a little like, why did you make me do this? Little like, cause he was like, we're doing this. And I was like, huh. And, it was just so easy. And I didn't feel dumb or inferior. I just felt like, oh, this is what you do and you know your stuff, and duh, like go to the professional that knows their stuff. But because, you know, between Merrick being an actor and me being self-employed, like,
Yeah.
it's confusing. It's confusing. And
Confusing.
so this is something that I think you told me, I correct me if I'm wrong, but you started this just kind of as a side job to help out and realized you were really good at it. Is that kind of how it happened?
That is how it happened. And I mean, I'm getting out of doing taxes one-on-one because of, you know, what this is my, I guess, serving, like your serving job, right? But I created the course so that people can still get the information, even if I'm not able to be their tax preparer. Because I mean, just from you saying that, I think it's really important that people feel comfortable with who they're working with. And if your tax preparer makes you feel bad about yourself, about your situation, that's not the right person to be with. Like, you need someone that's going to work with you and help you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's so true, because
Yeah.
it's already a scary subject. So go to
Yes.
someone that knows. But now you not only do taxes and act, but you like had do some energy work and some woohoo stuff. Are you still? You're my woo-woo friend.
Yes.
I'm a closet woo-woo too. So
Well, and I think that's another thing that has come up during the pandemic is spirituality has been on the rise, which, you know, I think is good, but I've definitely noticed, you know, a rise for people that were like, oh, I don't believe in that, to, okay, I'll think about it. Let me see what's going on, you know?
I think we spent so many years with religion
Yes.
hitting us over the head that we were all scared of spirituality or anything that even looked remotely like religion. So I think that, you know, I know that, you know, in our lives, you know, meditation and, you know, really making time to listen really helps our careers, you know, just
So
really helps.
true. Oh, it's
And
so
our
true.
sanity
Mm-hmm.
through the
Mm-hmm.
pandemic.
Well,
So
yeah.
are you doing anything else besides your courses right now that the viewers need to know about?
Oh, well, I am now a moonologer, which I know people are like, oh, really? What that is it's an astrologer, but based on the moon and the moon cycles, which is, you know, fun. But yeah, I'm trying, cross fingers, I'm trying to see how I can integrate my energy healing with taxes. I tried a little bit in my course. I tried a little bit, but I'm like, I don't know. Maybe we can combine them because I feel like people need to calm down and just, you know, you can't get anywhere by being upset, really, right? So it's like, let's everybody calm down so we can actually do the work correctly, right?
That's how I do headshots. I make everybody like calm down first, because people come in with this ball of nerves and then they
Yes.
want me to do something marvelous behind the camera. And it's like, you gotta take a breath, honey.
Right? Oh
We got to get
gosh.
through all this to find who we need to get. Yeah, it's true though. And that's the same way with everything, every single thing.
Mhm,
And I didn't know this about the moon thing.
mhm.
So I have a chronic condition called lymphedema. My lymphatic system doesn't work properly. And I totally can feel the moon cycles like in my body. Like I can tell like the swelling, because I'm like, oh, new moon. Okay, I see what's going on. Like I totally feel it in my body. So we'll talk later after the show. I'm curious.
Oh, I love that. I mean, I'm so sorry that you have that, but I do love that you can feel it, because I feel like a lot of feels. We used to actually tune into the moon more, right?
Right.
So
It's like
yeah,
doctors would even talk about it. And I mean,
yeah.
I think I'm absolutely for science. Please don't misquote
Oh,
anything
me
that I'm
too.
about to
Me too.
say.
Me too.
But I think that, you know, doctors in the 20s and 30s or whatever relied more on a lot of the natural things. And then we got, you know, this boost of technology and this boost, which is all good and I appreciate and I believe in,
Me
but
too.
that doesn't substitute, you know, eating healthy
Yeah.
and listening to, you know, the gravitations and the feelings and all these things. Like it should be more interwoven. So again,
Yeah.
I want to be very clear. I'm not dissing science and saying, you know, don't listen to science or use technology. I'm clearly not that person, but
Me either. I'm always like, listen to science, listen to your doctors, and then here's some stuff too to see if it works for you,
Yeah.
if it makes you feel better. But I think it's integrating all of it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at all the, you know, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. There was a reason that saying came about. The crazies come out on the full moon. I mean, there's a reason for this.
Yes. So true. So
Like,
true.
this isn't just something that just somebody said and it was a catchy phrase. So yeah, you kind of always think about all that. So what fun and exciting acting stuff can you talk about? Do you have anything you can talk about that's not like top secret under wraps?
You know what? It always makes me nervous. I feel like I just posted and I think I just posted this thing. I'm a Disney character on Vampirina. Now I booked that.
You would tell us since I saw the post. I was like, I think you can tell, but I didn't ask.
Well, yes, we can tell because I booked it several years ago, and this was on their website, right? So I don't post when I book jobs or when I do jobs because, and I know people do, and I think it's great. I'm too nervous because I've heard horror stories of people posting and then they get fired. You know what I mean? So I usually don't post until it's on TV or, you know what I mean? Like it's something to where like, here it is in the public eye.
Or the lesson I learned years and years ago, Merrick booked a really sizable part on a show that I love. So I told everyone, watch. And his whole scene got cut out except for his elbow and his voice.
Oh no, it's awful. Oh, it's
so
awful,
that's why
right?
I don't post until it shows because it was so, I've like told everybody, you know, the whole thing.
No,
so
I'm with you.
That years and years ago, like keep your mouth shut till it happens because you don't know. They may like, oh, you know, you ran out of time and your scene's gone and you didn't know. So yeah.
Yeah. Seriously.
But tell us about do you do a lot of voiceover? Because you have a fun voice. Like I love listening to you talk. So do you do a lot of voiceover stuff?
I do. Yeah. I have my husband. I'm so fortunate because my husband loves audio editing, all the things, right? And so I'm with A3, which formerly Abrams. I'm with them for voiceover and on camera commercial. And yeah, I've been since the pandemic, I reached out to them again because I was like, hey, because I did do Disney, like I'm doing stuff, right? And so, yeah, I've been auditioning, knock on wood, you know, another animation or commercial comes along soon. But yeah, I do all of it. Basically, I'm out there spreading, doing everything I can. You know what I mean?
I had someone on Carlisle King. She's done tons of voiceover stuff for decades. And she said any actor that doesn't have a voiceover reel is literally leaving money laying on the table. And she said that years and years ago, but through the pandemic, it's like become more and more apparent that is true. Just all the stuff that Netflix has bought and that's dubbing, just all the work that's out there for voiceover. And, you know, a chair with one leg doesn't stand well. You should always have multiple legs to kind of keep the income coming. And if acting is your gig, then don't put yourself in a box. Like there's commercials, there's industrials, there's movies, there's voiceovers, there's all these things that you can do to A, have fun, and B, make money.
Yeah, you know? Exactly. And it keeps you sharp.
People. And the more you're out there, you're staying sharp and you're meeting people. And I really believe that networking is really important. You got to meet people.
Agreed. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh.
So I know we're early. I know your tax talks really start up in January, but I want to grab you before anyone else.
Yes, thank you.
So is there anything that you want to share that you want my viewers to know? Tips or some fun facts, or this is your time. Go for it. Go for it.
Well, I mean, I would say, let me think here. I would say know your money. I think that's the biggest, most helpful thing is to know your money, because I feel like being not even just actors, but artists in general seem to just turn a blind eye to their money and taxes. And it's like, honey, we all got to do it. So, right. So know where it's coming from. Know if you're getting a W-2 or a 1099, and know what you can take against the 1099 and not the W-2, or vice versa, is really going to help. And I also think at the beginning of this, you mentioned, people getting in trouble for not paying the taxes that they should. And I'll tell you, I see the main thing is they didn't know where their money was going, because they might have signed it over to their manager or a CPA, not, whoever. They might have signed it over, and then they were doing what they wanted. And so they didn't see it. And so, and I've seen returns where people have paid it, paid big firms to do it. And I'm like, honey, you ain't paying self-employment tax here. Now, this is going to be a problem if the IRS sees this. You know what I mean? So I think just knowing your money and what you should be paying is really helpful for everyone, no matter where you're at in the industry.
There you go. Know your money. I'm going to make that the headline of this. Know your money.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, Emily, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This has been great. And I thank you. What a generous gift of the discount. So that'll be for your courses. That'll be in the description below. And reach out to Emily. Find her on social media. What's your favorite social media?
Oh, gosh, that's tough. I would say Instagram. At Brass Tax Lady, you can find me. TikTok, you can find me at Brass Tax Lady. And you can email me, brasstaxlady@gmail.com. So pretty easy.
Pretty easy. So absolutely. So follow Emily, soak up all of her stuff, get involved in her courses, and have fun. Like, don't be afraid. Know your money. Don't be afraid.
Know your money. I feel like we should, coin that, trademark it.
You should trademark that. I think that you're next time I say it, I'll be getting a letter from your attorney. That's not yours to say without getting credit.
We'll do it together. It'll be 50-50. Yes. It'll be great.
There you go. Anyway, thank you so much. It's always fun talking to you.
Thank you too. Have a good one.
And everyone, make sure you subscribe. We are now a podcast, and I hope a lot of you are listening to this on your favorite podcast source. I'm not a podcaster. I'm getting there though. Make sure that you follow and subscribe, because apparently that really helps new podcasters like myself. Most importantly, have an amazing week, and I'll see you next week. Text or call today so that we can get you effective headshots that you can use as part of your marketing strategy. Headshots by Peggy, how can I help you?